Oh my gosh, gold is screaming a stock market crash. Well, not really. I'm going to talk about this. Something really interesting is happening with gold. I'm going to show you a few of the charts with gold. We're going to go over some stuff. It's kind of a pseudo analysis, also mixed with some of what's going on just globally in the events we had today, where the stock market is. We're coming into power hour right now. The market's still open here, but we're going to see how things close. But Trump just announced the government shutdown deal and his proposal of whatnot. And it's just interesting to see how the markets have behaved, especially, since Christmas Eve. We've just ripped, I was expecting volatility here. I said towards this end of the weeks, I've been wrong a lot. And I wouldn't say necessarily, I guess wrong is how you define it. I felt, pretty peachy and chappy about it. Yeah, chappy, don't take daddy's car. But other people, I've seen and when people say, well, you're wrong on this. And I'm like, well, how did you play it? Because that is the big thing. So explaining even what's going on here and where we're running into at the markets, it's important. But now I'm going to pull up gold. Here is the gold futures chart. And this is what you can see today. It shot up out of nowhere, and the key is gold is nearing 1,300. If you see, really, the last time we were at 1,300 gold was, I don't know, this is June 2018. And I'm trying to think what was around June 2018. Again, something similar here, but gold was downtrending coming into 2018. Everything was kind of slight, pretty much gold followed the real estate market. Gold followed a lot of asset classes where everything sold off. Even go look at Bitcoin, real estate, economic charts. They look like gold did, where you saw sell-offs and everything. But now the difference is, as things started to sell off in November, right? You kind of started to see gold did that thing in November. But then now gold has just carried on and been being accumulated. And now it's on the upwards and it's towards 1,300. And I am not a technical guy. However, from just a price standpoint, volume, price action, discovery of value and discovery of price for gold, 1,300 is big. But now gold also could get manipulated. I'm not going to talk about gold and manipulation, gold and silver markets being manipulated like in the UK and stuff there. If you know, you know. But that's one thing to keep into consideration. But now, how gold is used as a fear indicator is one thing. So I'll quickly explain that so people understand. Because then, even if you do know more about gold, there's many other things with it where gold could now, and what I'm trying to say is that gold is used by people when they need security, right? Or if they're fearful, or if they believe something now with this is for the advanced people, the value of the dollar, bonds, and fixed income, you see stuff get reflected in gold. That's one thing to understand where investors are putting their money and how they feel about stuff, or even investor confidence. That's the advanced level. At the most remedial beginner level, gold gets purchased when investors are scared. It's a valuable, tangible asset. It holds its value. Even when things get bad, gold doesn't really drop too much. Oh, it zoomed in there. I don't know why I did that, but what was this, 3 years? This is 3 years on the weekly, I believe. Yeah, so there's again, and this is 3 years of gold. It holds its value. This is why investors like it. Stability wise, but it's not going to gain a lot either, and that's the same thing too. In the last 3 years, the highest gold has been $77 from where it's at here. But now this is kind of what I want to show you. In the last 3 years, look at kind of the weeks. This was June 2015, pretty much coming into the August flash crash. Wait, is that the 2016? Yeah, 2017. No. So this was 2016. So no, this was, duh. So man, I wish we could go back. This was coming off of that January from the flash crash. We don't get to see it, right? But this was that bad January. Gold stayed the same. And then look at when gold starts to run up. This was literally the week of Brexit. Those months, and then it came down and pretty much dropped since then. Coming into, I believe this is now the election of Donald Trump. Then you get elected, it came down. Or no, was that here? What was here then on 2017? We'd have to see. I'm trying to see the events here. I just don't like it. See, for me, it's harder. Honestly, I know. I'm like, why can't I pinpoint this at first glance? It's because it's a weekly chart and trying to see. But even then, you'll notice there's little above 1,300 essentially in the last 3 years. Gold doesn't go there. And I'm going to show you another price chart. We'll go to goldprice.org. And if you guys don't know, this is a pretty good resource. You could even see silver and how it's going. But again, This was the move just today. It kind of came out of nowhere, but let's go look at 10 years. You know, here's gold on the 10-year scale, but maybe even like it sucks because that's 5 years is 2015, right? Gold was dropping, and then this was that first oil crisis. So this is where, again, why I'm paying attention to this. I'm more interested in oil as well too, and I'm cautioning you guys, watch how oil is going to play into the next few weeks, and even if as that volatility comes back. But gold shoots up here around 1300, and then it came down, and then last time it started to rip back up was the flash crash, came down, but then after that gold really started to take a big run up and then came down, but then it's been volatile all the way through. But again, every single one of these events is correlating to something happening in the economy, either good or bad, and that's the thing. Gold, it's not as if gold is right. Again, coming into Donald Trump's election, people were scared, and then it sold off. You know, same thing with other events afterwards. Like you saw what happened with the flash crash, but leading up to the flash crash, gold sold off. So you never really know. That's where I'm saying gold isn't really too indicative, but what this is saying is something is happening. I think without a doubt, gold is showing us what's going to be going on with the markets. We have China closed coming into their new year, and we're going to see how markets react to that. We're having the trade deals. We're seeing how all of these people have pretty much responded to just left in, you know, all this different sort of news, fake news, the government shutdown, what's going to happen here, trade talks, and then even slowing data. You know, everything this week, there was a lot. There was Germany announcing they're coming down with both their PPI and a lot of stuff. Just things overall have changed. So again, gold kind of picking up like this, and this is what I said on stream today that I think is important. It is screaming something is up with the market, but gold is a slow mover, and you've seen over the last days as it's hung out here, it's kind of signifying kind of the market where the market's been going up literally, but people have been nervous. And even though the markets have gone up, gold hasn't sold off really. It did the last few days, but then people are like, no, they bought the fear back. So it's saying something. And what you guys got to realize with gold is it takes a long time to get reflected. And that's where I think a lot of people miss the ball when it comes to gold. And they end up really... They do bad. And I would go watch my video, go search the trading fraternity gold stocks, and you'll see my video of why I don't play some of the GLDs and stuff like that for options. You got to be careful, and it's for this reason where gold takes a lot of time to develop. It's a slow mover. So when you start trying to play slow movers with paper options, buying a paper commodity, options has time on it. So something that takes a long time to develop, you don't want to do time or try to predict the time on that asset. That's going to be a very, very difficult task. So that's where I think the gold issue comes into play. So make sure you're right. You know, you guys are cautious with that, but this is going to take time to develop. And now coming into this next week, we're going to see the end of January. We have the meetings with the real trade meetings. We have a lot of stuff coming out with the government shutdown and just all the politics stuff. Some more, we're going to see some more Brexit. And then now oil, I think, is going to come back to life. But then coming into March, that is where a lot of the deadlines come into play, and we'll see the first, how this first quarter ends and what it does for the market. But essentially now it seems like, okay, these 4 days came in where the market wasn't just going straight up. A lot of you have been confused on good news, bad news. This is where timing comes in. I think this reaction is still the same reaction coming from here. So that's why people are like, well, what news is here? What news is there? The market's digesting that accordingly, but certain things get priced in earlier. Some things get priced in later. But I'm watching how this goes, and my next and final thing to watch out for, even in the next 2 to 4 weeks, even coming into March, is how the markets end up. I said this in another video before, but it's common that people will say how the markets go in the first few months, the first 2-3 months, or even first 1 to 2 months is really indicative of how the market is going to look for the whole year. Like you even see, you look at March for January 17, what happened that first 3 months really accurately signified what happened at the end of the year. Slow, then a huge gap up at the end. Look at 2018, we had a straight run up until the end, and again, don't forget what happened last year, and that's where this kind of feels like. If anybody remembers, February came out of nowhere because the markets were just climbing up slow, and then it kind of just hit everybody out of nowhere. So be on the lookout for that and watch out. So But again, how these markets start to settle and what they tell us, if it shoots down or shoots up, it's going to really give us an indication in how 2019 is going to finish out here and what to expect for 2020 and all that stuff. So I think I will leave it at that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Make sure you check out the stream. We're going to have some stuff tonight, but we're going to be the stream market open, 6 a.m. win markets there. Give me some questions. Give me some ideas with the videos. I'm feeling a little better, so we're able to cover this. But yeah, and if you guys are confused with anything, check the stock trading course. Check the real estate course. Check everything in the description. And yeah, shoot me some love. Yeah, come on. Like the video. Send me an email. Tell me you love me. Comment below. All right. Peace out, guys. Watch gold. All right. Let me know. Let me wrap it up with a question. How many of you own physical gold? Let me know. Bye.